Alright, King of the Zeds here, how's it going? In this video I'm going to show you one concept for building a horde base that is going to be usable in practically any kind of situation, whether early game, late game or anywhere in between. So quite simply what I'm talking about is the idea of using hatches and poles. So I'll show you the idea first and then I'll show you a couple of base ideas that use this. So essentially you're going to need a wall, any kind of blocks, whether that's from an existing POI or whether you build it like this. And you're going to want to have some hatches, so let me just place down a couple of hatches like so, 1, 2, and then in this case we would either want to elevate what we're building on or put another wall here somehow. But the basic concept of what I'm showing you here is combining these hatches with this pole block. So when you pick in your shapes, just search for the word pole, select this first pole here, not centered or this side centered, just the first pole, and get the advanced rotation so that it sticks out like, I've already gone past it, like this, and then have that going across there like that, and then you can place another one above it. And I've gone past it again, let's just rotate round. Place another one above it just for a bit of extra stability or a bit of a fallback in case one of these does get destroyed. And essentially you're just going to stand here and either shoot or melee through the hole that this gap gives you. And of course you can just exit this way. Now let me show you how I tend to use this basic concept in a couple of different ways. Firstly, I've just pre-built a little idea over here. The general idea is to elevate this platform so you don't have to have those walls on both sides. You have your hatches here with your poles up here, so I've created a couple of levels, and the zombies are going to come up these stairs and just come to this area here where you can bash them or shoot them. Now the reason I like to have it going round in this kind of loop rather than just creating a bunch of fallback points in a straight line is because this is basically more fun for if you're having a multiplayer game and you've got many of you, even just two of you, you can have one person standing here meleeing and shooting, you can have another person around here shooting from the side on. And so it's just a fun setup I like to have when I'm playing with my girlfriend and when I'm playing with my mates, up to 4 of us sometimes. So and then we've got this. If something happens here and it gets taken out, then we've got a fallback point here where you can have the poles going across here. I haven't built on this side, but you have your fallback point, and then you can build as many fallback points as you want going this way, maybe extend it out as far as you like. But essentially you're creating a path for these zombies to run through, and you're gating them with these hatches. Now you'll notice here I've kind of doubled up, so you have one hatch opening one way and another opening another way. That's just to add an extra line of defense. Haven't added it on this second one. But yeah, that's the idea. If you're going to build something like this, just elevating the concept, just get it a couple of levels, a couple of blocks off the ground, and it just gives you this whole open area in the middle to shoot across rather than having to be walled off like you are over there in that first quick concept that I showed you. And then I've got some bars across the top here, just something to protect from birds. But yeah, let me show you now a ground level version of this, which is essentially the kill box. So, I've just literally built a cube. Early game, you'll be building this out of cobblestone. That's plenty strong enough. But yeah, 4 blocks high. Doesn't need to be 4 blocks high. You could have it 1 block lower than this, but I've got 3 blocks of space and then 1 block of roof. I've got a little hole here to escape if something does happen and they manage to break through. But I've just got bars at the front, and then I've got these pole blocks just here. But this is just quite a nice vantage point to just stand and, you can stand back and shoot from back here if you want, or you can get up close and melee through this gap. And yeah, idea, as if you want to build something like this, you can gradually upgrade to concrete and metal, forged steel as you start to level up and move through to harder hordes, in the later game stages. But again, the whole idea of this, hang on, let's just sort this idiot out. The whole concept here is just built on this simple idea of using a hatch and then this block here to prevent the zombies bunny hopping over this and squeezing through the gap here. So for some reason, just having these little blocks just stops them getting through the hole. Now, like I said, this works whether you're building from scratch like this or if you're taking it over any other kind of POI. So again, just to take a bit of a ridiculous example and show this concept in action. As long as you've got some cobblestone and a bit of iron, by day 7 you can turn pretty much anything into an effective horde base for these early stages. So let me just go and clear this little shed out and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay, it's clear. So we've got some cobblestone in our pockets, so let's just upgrade all this. So there we have our basic box. Now this one is on sand, so you might want to think about just like digging under here and adding another level of blocks into the ground just so they don't try and dig under. So let's do that. And we'll just go in from the outside as well so that we can actually get under these walls and create a little bit of a safer foundation. And there you have your basic box. So let's go ahead and stick some of the other bits and pieces that we need. So let's grab the pole, which is this one here. Change the rotation so that we can pop it just up there and there. So that's what stops them just jumping over and crawling through the hole that we're going to create. And I've got a couple of hatches here that I've already made. And like that and like that. And there is a little day 7 horde base. And probably, if we're going to upgrade this to concrete, like I said, it's going to last a lot longer than day 7. And then as you find yourself leveling up even further, you can start converting these. Well, we can upgrade these, always upgrade these first to this first level, but then once you get to this point, you know, by day 21, when you need to upgrade these to a vault hatch, then you can upgrade them to a vault hatch. Just make this really strong, nothing's getting through that. And then you can further upgrade these with forged steel, and that is some really powerful stuff. And by this point, by the time you've upgraded these to forged steel, you know, to the extra armor afforded by the forged steel, you can then be upgrading the actual walls of the base with steel as well. And you know, this this little kill box is going to last you so long. And it's all based on this really simple hatch and pole concept. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. Yeah, whether you're building a base from scratch or taking over a POI and implementing this idea, then yeah, I hope that it serves you well on many a horde night. So alright, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like this video. Speak soon.